how can you give a little bit more love, a little bit more exposure, a little bit more coverage for your sponsors? Here's one tip. Whatever industry your sponsor belongs in, whether it's auto, whether it's fashion, whether it's health, nutrition, business, whatever the industry of your sponsor is, you want to follow everyone on Twitter that reports in the media. You want to follow every reporter you can who reports on that industry, okay? Locally, nationally, you want to follow everyone. Now, here's the real tip. You do not want to talk about your sponsors yet, okay? You want to make small talk first. You need to develop a little bit of rapport, a little bit of a relationship with that reporter until you find the opportunity to talk about your sponsor. So how do you do that? You simply be friendly, right? You follow them because they're going to talk about where they're going away for the weekend, where they're going to dinner that night, what movie they just saw. You know, they'll mention that stuff. Those are easy opportunities for you to jump in, make small talk, make small conversation. I do it all the time, right? If I know a reporter's going to a city for the first time, or they're going to a city that I've lived in or that I've been to or I'm familiar with, 100%, I will always tweet that reporter unsolicited, right? I'll be like, hey, if you have time, hit this cafe or hit this donut shop or grab some In-N-Out for me, you know, whatever it is, find a way to just make small talk. That way, a month from now, 2 months from now, 6 months from now, you just have to keep your eyes open. Reporters do it all the time. They'll put out a tweet, they'll put out a message and say, hey, you know, does anyone know anyone who has done this? Or does anyone know of a company, or, you know, does anyone have a story idea for me? They do it all the time. That's when you need to be paying attention, and the opportunity will come when you can appropriately talk about your sponsor. Maybe it's, hey, we've been doing this in the community, and this is the effect it's had, or hey, yeah, you know, my sponsor, you know, they just came out with a brand new, you know, whatever it is, and that will be of interest to that reporter, and they're going to know who you are because you've talked about the movie, you've talked about the city, you've talked about donuts, you've talked about, you know, 100 other topics with that reporter off and on until that point. So they're going to know who you are. They're going to be more inclined to listen to you than they are someone totally brand new, someone out of the blue who comes to them with a story idea. So again, if you want to give a little bit more love to your sponsors, follow industry reporters on Twitter. And when the opportunity arises, you will be able to give your sponsor a little bit more love.